Yo, what's good? It's your man, 100 Grand Ross with The Rock Never Stops. Today I want to do a video about it's time for the Memphis Grizzlies to grow up. And if I'm honest with you, I'm not talking about the players. If you enjoy this video, smash the like button for me, hit subscribe and the bell for notifications. Look, I want to start off by saying it is no easy feat to have accomplished what the Memphis Grizzlies have accomplished over the last few years. Their ability to revitalize this franchise in Memphis, to get a star talent and a secondary star talent from Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr., the draft selecting of Desmond Bane, and the players that they have been able to bring in to surround those three has been amazing. And it has led to one of the greater resurgences for a franchise probably in NBA history. I know I throw that out a lot, but there's a lot that's been happening new in the NBA. The Memphis Grizzlies are exciting, they are talented, and they are capable of achieving a whole lot in this league. But to do that, the front office is going to have to grow up. The reality is Ja Morant is young, Jaren Jackson Jr. is young. These guys are young, and they're going to need veterans who can help steer the ship. They're going to need guys they can bring in to mentor. They're going to need guys they can bring in to be a mature voice in the locker room. They're going to need people who can be on that coaching bench, who can ring guys in. You're going to need veterans who understand pressure moments, who you can put in specific times as specific moments of high pressure, intense games, who can be a calming presence. And this is where the front office is going to have to grow up. You cannot rely on young guys to have a level of maturity that they just don't have. You see, it's one thing for Ja Morant to say, hey, I'm good. When it comes to the West, Kevin Durant's here, I'm good. It's one thing for him to say that. It's another thing for you to think that as a front office, that you see Kevin Durant over there, that you see the reigning MVP Nikola Jokic over there 2 times. It's another thing for you to see LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Another thing for you to see the Golden State Warriors. Another thing for you to see all these teams that you should be worried about, for you to follow behind the perspective, no disrespect, of a young 20-something-year-old who has yet to truly cut his teeth in this league and actually accomplish something when it comes to winning as a team, to just follow behind what he's saying about the state of his team. This roster needs to mature. This roster needs veterans. I was excited about Zaire Williams. He may not be it. David Roddy, I like him too. But the level of maturity that is needed to be had in the locker room to be able to look guys like Ja Morant in the eye and say, look, this is what it looks like to win at this level. I'm going to show you. And when I need to, I might tell you in a mature way, in an experienced way, to pull you aside and guide you through these moments. And so when we look at this offseason, a few things they're going to have to address. One is the coaching staff. Do they need to bring in a veteran coach? Maybe somebody like Nate McMillan. Somebody who can come in and talk to Ja Morant. Maybe it's a point guard. Somebody who has played in the NBA and is now coaching. Maybe somebody like a Sam Cassell. Say, hey, we're going to bring you in here and we're going to pay you a lot of money to be a lead assistant because we need somebody who can talk to Ja Morant. We need somebody who can game him up, because it's obvious the head coach can't, has not been able to, hasn't understood how to get through to his superstar, to get the best out of him. And so that is one area to address. The second area to address is the Dillon Brooks situation. Look, I know he is the heart and soul of this team when it comes to their edge, their attitude, and it is hard as hell to replace an elite level defender who can lock down some of the great scorers on the wing in this league. And when I say lock down, not stop them, but can hold them beneath their average or cause them to have to shoot a whole lot more to get there. There are very few, and he is one of them. But on this team, his value begins to recede because he is not bringing what they need on the offensive end. And they do not have the subsequent shooting between Ja Morant and the rest of this roster to be able to supplement that in a way that it doesn't detract from the team. But that's not even as big as his lack of maturity. Dillon Brooks' lack of maturity has a detrimental effect on this team because it fosters and encourages the type of lack of foresight and understanding and ability to navigate intense situations that continues to undermine their success when it matters the most in the playoffs. And so what I am looking for is this front office to address that, whether it's through a sign and trade or to let him walk and bring in a veteran. One of the people I like is Harrison Barnes. I love Harrison Barnes for this roster. At 6'8", 30 years old, he's been on a championship team. He has a ring. He's been able to play at a high level. He's been a starter throughout his career. He scored at a high level. He's a forward. He's versatile. But you know what he most importantly is? He's mature. He's a hard worker. He's consistent. He stays healthy. Great work ethic. He's somebody in that locker room whom they can respect because of his winning, because of his hard work. And he's also going to make things easier on the basketball court. He may not be the level of defender that Dylan Brooks is. He's probably nowhere near, but he's not a slouch. He's right around that average, but he's the average they need in the right place because he's a little bit above average when it comes to the offensive end. His ability to play make for himself, get to the rim, his ability to post up, his ability to shoot the open three off of kickouts is going to be tremendous for improving that offense, especially within the half court, because once again, the front office needs to start looking to when it matters the most in the playoffs. They can get to a high seed. They can be a top 3 seed in the West, but can they win when it matters the most? And this is where somebody like Harrison Barnes is going to matter. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Who should they pursue in free agency? I'm going to get at y'all next time. Peace.